Any recommendations in chat? Any symbols in particular you guys would like me to look at? Make sure we go through, cover any strange movement this week you would like to report. Feel free to let me know. Again, make sure you check out my website, of course. I do have like one or two more symbols on my list that I wanted to cover. If you guys have any recommendations, you can ask at any time in chat, and I'd be happy to go through them. Bang. I gotta check my notes real quick. Again, guys, pen and paper is how we do it. Pen and paper is how we do it. Somehow hackers haven't managed to figure out how to get into a notepad yet. Outfit of the day: Palace hat as always, Gucci glasses as always, antisocial social club that has like roses on it, cargos. Yes, sir. Supreme underwear. I'm gonna go look at my notes real quick. I had something written down. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. This next symbol is quite clearly going to be something of value. Quite clearly, it's got something set up here. I'll take 2 seconds. Okay, so let's give this one a whirl. Again, if you guys are new, my name's Ethan. Make sure to check out my website, ethanwrenn.com. From there, you can find links to all my various socials. We are currently live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and DLive simultaneously. Wherever it is you may be seeing this message. Make sure you follow. You need to follow the stream, guys, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest information. We have new content being released every week. Literally every week there are new streams for you guys to interact with. You can ask me questions right here, right now. I answer. You can also get a hold of me in the Discord, though, as well. Basically 24/7, 7 days a week. access to a bunch of cool resources that can help you become a better trader. So I highly recommend looking through there, such as our interest rates monitored. It's like these are all updated automatically. Consumer price index. This has actually been a topic of debate recently. Above average. But even simple things like brokerages, if you need to find a brokerage for whatever exchange it is you're looking for, make sure to join the Discord. Real family over there. All free. So this is Altria. I'm probably butchering the name. Altria Group. This is a consumer non-durables tobacco company. Okay. You've also seen us display interest in companies such as British Tobacco, BATS, if you're familiar, BTI. Same market segment, different exchanges. I believe this is the United States. Yes, this company is based in the United States, but like BTI would be like the British version of this. Exactly. That's one of the first thing that calls our attention. The second thing would be this technical setup. Look at how eloquently put together this technical setup is. It went down, it touched that monthly 180 moving average, it proceeded to bounce. A period of time definitely took unfolded. That was a solid year of flagging before it was able to turn that downtrend into an uptrend. Went up, pushed through that monthly 20 moving average. And then what happens once we go right through the moving average like that? They go and test the 20 moving average as a support moving forward. So it's highly possible, highly probable, and highly likely that this 20 moving average could act as a support, that $43 area. But the most optimal cost per share that you can possibly have would be found closer to that $40 range. This is a company you can put like a bid in at $40 and just kind of forget about it. If you get filled, you get filled. You don't, you don't. You can, again, the higher up into this spectrum, the higher likelihood you have of getting filled, right? But your average cost per share is higher. Time comes at a cost. You're saving time, but you're getting your good sooner rather than later. Again, that 20 moving average will most likely hold as a support. If not, though, you can take like an initial position with the 20. I haven't even written anything on the chart yet, and I'm already telling you guys how it's going to look. As far as like allocation goes, if we're bringing up the topic of allocation, how this all works, how do you use market orders? Do you use limit orders? Do you use stop losses? Things like this. Figure out what your max potential position size is. So like a portfolio should never have less than like, let's say 10 positions in it. So we're not going to put a dollar figure. Oh my gosh. I wish I had a way. We're not going to put a dollar figure on the portfolio. Instead, we're going to assign percentages. So let's say you have 10 different companies in the portfolio. That's 10% of your portfolio is represented by a single position. And it could be any number. 10's a nice round number. We could say 20, which would then make your max allocation for that specific company 5% of your total portfolio. So once you recognize whatever your max dollar value is for positions when you're making these long-term investments, you can then say, okay, well, I'm going to put in half of my max total position that I'd want in this specific company, this specific investment, this specific derivative. You could put half of that in a bid that matches the 20 monthly moving average. And the other half, you could then place at that $40 mark, that nice, sweet, round $40 mark. That way, you're getting your exposure that you're craving up front, the exposure that you wanted in this company. But if it does see a little dip for the next month or two, it'll fill that $40 share and make your average right in the middle of those two orders, which would be right here, which would be 5% from the 180 and 5%. So it's give or take, it's a 10%. It's really not much. Let me start drawing on this chart. There's so much to say about this. It's appealing for a variety of reasons. So let's start marking it up here. Make sure you're following if you aren't already. Follow the stream, guys. Follow the stream. Who has that 7-cent average cost though? Who is it? No, I'm just kidding. This one's looking really interesting, guys. Make sure to stay tuned to the end. All right. Hey guys, again, my name's Ethan. Check out my website, ethanwrenn.com. From there, you can find links to all my various socials. Right now, we are live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and DLive. So make sure you're following on all the respective platforms if you want to stay up to date with all the latest information. Right now, we are looking at MO, the symbol MO. It is Altria Group. Altria Group. I'm so bad at pronouncing names. I'm probably getting it wrong. But this is Altria Group. It's kind of similar market segment as BATS, right? You've heard us talk about BATS, British Tobacco, BTI. Its derivative symbol is BTI, or the LSE symbol is BATS. So it makes sense. If you have one, why wouldn't you want to have the other? These things kind of move as a unit. Let's look at the income statement. So in 2017, they had a profit margin of 53.36%. That's massive. In 2018, they had a profit margin of 35.44. In 2019, they had a profit margin of negative 6.57. Interesting. Kind of explains this price history, though, right? In 2017, they were reporting amazing numbers right when they were up here. Everyone's talking about them. They're hyped. They're the new thing. Oh my gosh, so cool. I mean, where do you really go from there? 50% profit margins. Not even like Apple's doing. No. Microsoft not doing that. No. As we approach that 2019 mark right here, it's December 2019 to be specific. So obviously there was some correlation with the movements in the stock and the income statements being reported. So as it was dipping there, you can see it in the price action. And then here we are, 2020, profit margins right back up to 21.4%. So look at this like scooping motion it's almost forming, right? A scooping motion. Like a scoop. You're buying the low, selling the high, right? Now the monthly looks amazing from a technical front. In a weekly sense, you're seeing a little bit of resistance coming from the weekly 180 moving average. Look at how well this company follows its moving averages. Look at the rise and the falls. It respects its moving averages. If you look at the analyst expectation for their next earnings, it's relatively soft. So it's like they want it to succeed. And the real icing on the cake for this company, and honestly, the same can be said about BATS, BTI. Look at the dividend, guys. We talked about a lot of great companies today, right? But this company has an 8.04% annual dividend. That's a lot. Some of the companies we looked at today had good dividends at like that 3 to 5% area, but some of them also had zero. Some of them had zero. So you can really compare and contrast these different traits and attributes between these investments. Again, if you got in at its current price right now, 44, I'll get even more specific. If you were to get in at the current price using the monthly 20 moving average as the support, you have about 73% to its all-time high. I do see this company setting a new all-time high at some point in the future. It's a matter of when, not if. If you waited to like scale down a little bit, if you wanted your average cost per share to be at that $40 price point, that clean round number, that's a potential gain of 94%. Pretty significant when you think about it. Go from 70 to 90%, just like that. Or you could do the half and half strategy, which would result in your average cost per share being right in the middle, putting you with a potential growth of 83.9% just to the all-time high. That's disregarding how far beyond its all-time high it will go. Also, that dividend yield is so attractive. It's very attractive. It's very good. 8%, almost twice the U.S. Basically twice the U.S. national average as far as dividends are concerned. So make sure to check that out. We covered a lot of really good symbols today. Real, like all juice, no fluff. We got right to the point. We've been streaming for 3 hours and 27 minutes. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Guys, well, what should I look at next? Is there anything in particular you would like me to look at? I think we covered pretty much everything I wanted to make sure we hit all the bullet points we needed. Again, make sure you're in the Discord if you really want to be in the loop with all these various different investments. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Altria Group. I'm pretty sure that's everything. Unless you guys have anything in particular you would like me to look at, speak now or forever hold your peace. If you felt this stream should have been 1 minute longer, show up. Ask a question. That being said, though, I think we are going to end it there for the day. Thank you guys so much. If you're watching this part of the stream, you really care. You're a real one. I appreciate you so much. Again, 3 hours, 30 minutes. That's a lot. We also had our stream on Friday, so when you combine the two, that's like 7 hours worth of content. Make sure you go watch it with the VODs. We have a ton of highlights that are freshly available via the Twitch channel or the YouTube channel, so make sure to watch those. And again, thank you guys so much for spending your time watching little old me. Is there anything else I should cover? We went over like really solid picks today. The highlights are going to be great.